Baltimore Ravens, their line in the sand for 2024 can be found at the 10.5 marker. Only 2 other teams have higher expectations than they do, so expect to see more of the Harbaugh Humpty Dance. 13-4 in 2023, best team in the NFL during the regular season. That pesky postseason, the only thing left on Lamar Jackson's to-do list.
Overcome everything, let's go.
And it's not that he didn't win a playoff game last year.
Touchdown, Isaiah Likely.
One is no longer enough, though, not when your defense was first in points per game allowed.
We started this damn party. We tell you when it's over with.
And your offense was fourth in scoring. While being equipped with the league's MVP.
We gotta score points.
Lamar was plenty worthy of the hardware, has taken the most valuable gold twice, and been named the league's top QB twice in his first 6 years in the league.
Tell his ass. Want that damn carpet.
Guest offensive coordinator Todd Monken is a ZZ Top guy. He showed up planning to have Lamar throw more, but when you got legs like his and you know how to use them, well, you use them.
There he is, Gale Sayers with the throwing arm.
The Ravens were first in rush attempts, 30th in pass attempts.
Like Moses parting the Red Sea.
Seems unlikely that split will change much this year.
That is the king!
Forget Saw, Squid Games, or Friday the 13th if you're old. The feature horror film showing in Baltimore this year to defenses only, Slash and Gash.
That is the king!
The king has arrived, aged sure, but Derrick Henry still put up 1,100 rush yards.
Touchdown! Tight! Second week in a row, 2 rushing touchdowns for the king.
Paired with Jackson, who led the way for the Ravens with 821 rush yards, 5 TDs.
Oh, you gotta kidding me. What a run.
Henry isn't replacing a schlub, though. Gus Edwards gave him 800-plus rushing yards and painted the zone purple 13 times. But they loved what they saw from rookie Keaton Mitchell.
He's at the 10, 5.
Only got in 8 games, but 8.4 yards per carry. They'd love to see what he can do for 17 contests.
There's that speed.
Yo, ass running, bro. Yeah. I do that. I'm like this already. When he did it, I said that's shit.
Justice Hill, part of the mix, hit at a healthy 4.6 a run, so their rush attack should be just as potent.
Touchdown and justice for all.
Passing attack now. Jackson, 24 touchdowns last year, 7 interceptions, a rating over 100, nice 8 yards per attempt, completed 67% of his throws, highest of his career.
Touchdown, Mark Andrews.
Rookie wideout Zay Flowers shined out of the gate.
Flowers, who's absolutely changed this offensive dynamic.
Led them in targets, 77 receptions, 850-plus yards, 5 TDs.
Touchdown, Ravens. Lamar extended and Zay Flowers delivered.
That hit me hard. Mark. Boom. I said.
He did see more action than expected. Tight end Mark Andrews only played 10 games. He'll bogart some of the Lamar to Flowers throws. Led the team in receiving touchdowns with 6, even though he missed time.
Going Anto. It is caught for the touchdown.
Only other player with more than 500 yards receiving aside from Flowers and Andrews is gone. OBJ, 565 yards, 14 games last year.
OBJ goes all the way.
Rest of the pass-catching group, the depth type, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, tight end Isaiah Likely, 350 to 400-yard type guys for them a year ago.
This house is on fire.
Ravens, 24th in sack percentage allowed last year, middle of the pack in sacks taken.
Myles Garrett lays him down.
Right tackle Morgan Moses, left tackles Ronnie Stanley, Patrick McCurry, who filled in when Stanley was hurt, are where the sacks happened.
Hit ball is loose, and Kansas City recovers the ball.
Worth noting, though, LJ style leads to sacks on the edges. It's a risk-reward deal they live with. Lots of changes to this group, though. They'll lean on 3 new starters this season. Guards John Simpson and Kevin Zeitler, right tackle Morgan Moses, all gone. They used their second-round pick in the draft to restock.
Really aggressive in pass protection. He tested outstanding. Ran a 4.92, so a sub-5 flat 40. Played that right side, protecting the blind side of the left-handed quarterback there.
Ravens defense now, their own pass rush, a big reason they were so hard to move the ball on.
go!
They locked up their top bag man this offseason, defensive tackle Justin Madubuike. His QB bag, filled with 13 quarterbacks last year, made the Pro Bowl.
Hit and sack back at the 18-yard line.
They did take a hit when they lost Jadeveon Clowney and his 9.5 bags, though.
That's a team sack.
Kyle Van Noy last year, 1 sack for every day he ditched with Ferris.
But not here, not here.
Outside linebacker Odafe Owe chipped in with 5 in 13 games.
Owe is the one who got him.
12 other dudes had at least 1 sack for Baltimore, like first-team All-Pro strong safety Kyle Hamilton. He had 3 plus 80 tackles, along with 4 INTs.
It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton will walk in for the touchdown.
Held quarterbacks to a super low 46.5 rating. Spectacular year.
Intercepted.
He'll have a new backfield mate. Safety Geno Stone left off a 7 INT season.
And it's intercepted. Geno Stone has done it again.
They'll lean on safety Marcus Williams. Just 11 games last year. He gave up a team-high 4 touchdowns. Lost one of their cornerbacks, too. Said goodbye to Ronald Darby. He had a sub-70 rating last year, too. Coming back, Brandon Stevens, healthy 74 tackles, held quarterbacks to a mid-70s rate.
And intercepted Brandon Stevens.
His rate against last year, sub-70. Arthur Mallett, sub-80.
Interception to end this first half.
Marlon Humphrey, low 60s rating allowed, just 10 games.
And into the arms of Humphrey.
Plus, they used their first pick in the draft on cornerback Nate Wiggins.
In terms of just the pure cover corner, that's what he is. Reminded me of DRC, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Now, the issues are some of the tackling. Tackling wasn't great. He was a little content to hang on blocks at times. But you go to the Baltimore Ravens, they will coach you out of that very quickly.
If that group is just as stingy, then their pass defense might look like 2023's, tied for 4th in completion percentage, the second most INTs, lowest yards per attempt allowed, lowest rating allowed. They take all that again.
I'm proud of you. I'm bleeding. I'm so proud of you. Put it on the forehead right there.
Baltimore's blind spot defensively, run defense, gave up 4.5 a carry.
Pushing, touchdown!
Kinda odd when you have a first-team All-Pro and linebacker Roquan Smith making over 150 tackles for you.
You better get your ass down. I'm coming.
He will have a new running mate, though. Baltimore let Patrick Queen walk, and he walked out with 130-plus tackles.
Don't run from me. Don't run from me.
Nose tackle Michael Pierce is back, 17 games, 17 starts last year, 40-plus tackles.
Michael Pierce, who was right there to make the recovery.
The fun bud. Hey, we out here. We out here, man. Come on now.
Kicker, they're rolling with Justin Tucker again. He is okay, I guess.
It's 6 for 6.
Offense traded in their bus for a wise king. Hey, they say you can find anything at the Patapsco flea market. Henry gets the upgrade nod over Edwards, but not by some massive margin either. Rest of the playmakers pretty much the same. 3 new O-linemen will try to keep the motor humming. A camp battle will determine who fills Simpson's void. He was pretty good, so that probably leaves a mark. They mitigated losing Moses with that Rosengarten pick. Defensive side of the coin, losing Queen and Clowney doesn't make them better, being they are relying on former backups to pick up the slack. Lots of talent still, but last year's lineup up there had more. Backside, Marcus Williams has had good seasons, so don't be shocked if he bounces back. But Stone's 7 picks, that's hard to cover. But you can argue the Wiggins addition keeps things no different than last year. Case for them not winning 10 games. The defense isn't elite anymore, just good. Henry hits the dreaded running back cliff maybe. That would mean we're staring at a 9-win type roster. Still good enough to beat Vegas. Washington, of course, is relying on a rookie quarterback. Tampa Bay, still a team they could beat. Denver's QB situation makes them vulnerable. Split with Cincinnati by beating them at home. Giants are supposed to be bottom dwellers. They get a win at Pittsburgh at home, closing out with a win over Cleveland. That's 8-9, but Harbaugh math says that's still too low. So go back and give them a win over Buffalo for a 9-8 floor. That feels more appropriate for their worst case scenario.
There's a lot of disrespect you in your house, man.
Look at their year through purple-tinted glasses, though. King makes their roster more like a 12-win group. Sweep Cleveland in that scenario. Sweep Pittsburgh, too. Take the Chargers on the road, Philadelphia at home. 13 wins as the ceiling, which would be quite a feat with their schedule.
Everything we're trying to get to in life, man.
Game preview guy guess, I believe Slash and Gash will scare opponents to death. 12-5, but I have nothing to say about what they do after that.
Great day for football. Let's go.